This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Visitors! Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not. It's over. Go to this way.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
Makes sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, Her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son? We'll show him as much mercy as...
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burn. Their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways. Come along now. We'll find another bridge. The bastards are lucky I did.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vag against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Over here!
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons.
Whoa. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Over here!
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Thank you.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
We finish him.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involved, no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosefield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Typical nobles, cowering behind their walls rather than joining the fight.
be over soon. One way or another.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud. Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
She is. The Iron Kingdom's Mother Crystal.
Drake's breath. Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go. I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
Hola, hola, hola. ¿Se me oye? Yo me he criado en un pueblo con mis abuelos. ¿Qué es eso? Mi hermana está muy sobada, digo, me lo enchufo y aunque sea hablo flojito. Ahora que se ha dormido. Igual y se oyen ronquidos, por eso no me pongo la cámara ni el micro. Y si estos creo que tienen algo, cuando empieza el juego son como novios. ¿Qué tal estás? ¿Todo bien? ¿Cómo llevan los directos? Que yo echaba de menos hablar también un poquito. Hoy 8 personas, guay. Esta, si haces 2,5 varios días, al final la media te dará 3. ¿Qué estás jugando ahora? Me queda uno. No. Digo, esto se arregla.
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Yo, mira, por ejemplo... A ver... Sí, no se te iniciaba o algo. Que yo, por ejemplo, me suelen ver 5 personas siempre y mi media, no te creas, es de 3 o algo de eso. 3 con poco. Oh, no estaba mirando. Estaba mirando el chat. Te has quedado con ganas de vecino. Vecino, es que estuve mirando también y lo que queda... Eché un vistazo rápido a un vídeo del Vegeta de hace tiempo. Y es complicadete, ¿no? Claro, vi de unas puertas, luego pasé un poco el vídeo y lo vi en un supermercado poniendo compra, dije, ostras, esto ya no es la casa, se complica un poquito. Ya me perdí hasta para dónde iba. Pues vecino, a ver, mañana es sábado, mañana estaré igual, acabaré las jardineras de la que manda la fotito que me queda un poco. Tengo que quitar un par de rosales, acabaré tarde. Si no domingo, a lo mejor lunes a las 6. En plan día normal o un poquito antes, un poquito después. Igual y me lo pongo. Echamos un vistazo a ver a lo que queda. O sea que el lunes. Si no el domingo, el lunes. Este es que tengo ganas ya de pasármelo y venderlo. Porque me está gustando, pero tampoco me apasiona. De 5 a 6 tienes pádel. Bueno, si igual ya incluso un poquito más tarde de las 6. Si no, hablamos por Discord. Y a las malas lo dejo para el martes para que estés. Quiero vender el Final Fantasy XVI. Porque, a ver, me está gustando, pero menos de lo que me esperaba. Yo hace tiempo jugué al 15 y el 15 me gustó más. Demasiados poderes y demasiadas cosas. Lo quiero vender y a ver si me pillo el Star Wars o el God of War si lo encontrara barato a cambio de este. Que God of War sí que me encanta. Ya hace tiempo lo vendí porque me hacía falta el dinero y ahora me arrepiento. Otro juego del vecino que es más fácil, ¿cuál? ¿El 2? Mira, mamata. No estaba pendiente, tío. El 2. El 2 es más fácil que el 1. Ay, no me hace repetirlo entero, eso mola. No tengo yo puesto para donar ni para que me paguen ni nada de eso. Yo me he hecho el afiliado y no le he metido ni método de pago. Eso es mapilla, te rapas al 0 y regalan 100 suscripciones. Yo también.
son?
Yes.
Sí, parecía una hierba rara.
It's like a furnace in here.
We're inside the volcano.
Qué guapo.
You get used to the heat. Though I don't remember it being quite this hot.
Was that one cause for concern?
It was. And they're getting bigger. Something's wrong.
Pues creo que sí que sale algo con esta chica en una cinemática. Y sí, he conseguido poderes nuevos. Ahora tiene de estos. De como Thor. Y solo tiene poderes eléctricos, que no me salía la palabra. Se lo robamos a Cid en el directo que no pudiste estar. Pues los había matado. Y esto también es nuevo, que es como que te hace más poderoso. Porque en realidad eres como un titán y aquí medio te transformas. Por eso es lo que no me está gustando tanto, que gráficamente, no sé si sabrás lo que es God of War o Horizon. También son juegos con muchas partículas y con cosas, pero se ven más bonitos que este.
Fuck. Is there no other way across?
Sí, no, drama tiene, porque supuestamente han matado a tu hermano y tal, pero a lo mejor es drama demasiado lento, demasiado postizo. Es un juego, creo que dura 25 horas y podría ser un juego de 10, 15 horas y a lo mejor estaría mucho mejor. Sí, pues imagínate en directos, pues 10 directos a lo mejor. Pero bueno, poco a poco. Voy a ir un momento al baño. Ya estoy. No está puesto el chat. Y sí, es eso. Tiene muchos eso que lo han hecho muy largo con batallitas de estas. Ahora lo malo que como también lo subo a YouTube, me sabe mal dejarlo a medias. Soy como rayado en ese sentido. De a lo mejor lo que empiezo así con historia y tal, pues me gusta subirlo y que la gente lo vea, la que lo vea. Que tampoco es que lo esté viendo mucha gente, pero... los pocos que lo quieran ver.
Let's look for another path.
Y eso que en verdad esta semana me hubiera gustado hacer directo algún día, tío, pero... he estado currando de 6 a 2, venía a casa, comía a las 2:30, ya estaba podando los olivos, arreglando el jardín, acababa a las 8, a las 9, me compré un armario, lo he estado montando, cambiando toda la ropa de sitio, tal, vaciando una habitación que tenía aquí entera, haciendo un tejado en la puerta de la caseta, cambiando la lavadora de sitio, esta semana me he vuelto loco y estaba reventadísimo, pero ganas no me han faltado. Siempre he sido de echarme una partidita más que sea. Pues sí, tío, a ver lo de YouTube, porque no hay manera. En YouTube no hay manera, y en Twitch porque empecé hace un mes o 2, pero en YouTube ya hace años subía vídeos. O sea que de hace años yo tengo 16 o 17 que ya tenía. Pero bueno. A ver si hubiera suerte y suben un poquito. Sí, no, por eso descansados y solo los ojos me notaba súper cansado. Y eso que yo soy de que no tengo sueño nunca. Dios, una salamandra. Eso igual, a ver si me acuerdo luego y mando un vídeo de un escorpión que me he encontrado también trabajando por aquí. Ahora que he visto la salamandra, me he acordado. Y Leti te está ayudando y que eres muy buena persona, ¿eh? Al final lo que yo te decía, a lo mejor es difícil llegar a los números que puede tener cualquier youtuber, pero si entre los que estemos no lo pasamos bien, a mí en principio me es suficiente. Dios, me la ha dado pero bien dado. Pues ya está. Me alegro, poco a poco. Sí, salen muchas cosas por donde vas andando, en el juego. Eso es algo que tampoco me gusta. El otro era más libre. Y tú decidías si pelear o no. Ahora ya sabes, a los que te mandé, ves mandándomelos a mí también.
Quite a commotion our friend made. Let's hope the guards didn't hear it.
The gate to the inner chambers is just up there. Then we make for the sanctuary. I need to finish this before the heat finishes me.
Here.
We'll enter the Comric by the Handmaiden's living quarters. It was always a hive of activity.
Sounds like we'll have a hard time staying out of sight.
We won't have
¿Tú ya has
to.
acabado el directo?
There's someone there I should very much like to see.
Por lo de los emblemas, para ponerlos tienes que ser socio o algo.
Lady Marley, it's me, my mother. Jill, it can't be. It is, my lady. We cannot talk here. Come with me. I'm so glad you're safe.
And you.
Why ever would you risk coming back? Are you a fool, girl? Or have you grown tired of your freedom already?
Forgive me, my lady.
Mira, drama tiene, pero...
I had to come back. There are things
es poner un archivo, ¿no? Como los emoticonos.
Tell me,
¿Los subtítulos no te salen? Yo sí que los veo.
At this hour, he'll be in the Comric, giving thanks.
You mean?
Pues yo sí que los veo en el ordenador y en el móvil.
Clive, we have to get to the sanctuary. Now.
Porque lo he enchufado al ordenador para eliminar a los estos.
Lady Marley, you must flee this place. Gather your things and go.
Now listen here, Jill.
We have company.
Que no sé si ahora habrán bots. Tendré que ir mirando poco a poco porque no sé de esos nombres. No sé quién es bot, quién no es bot.
Follow this passage. It leads straight to the Comric. Go on, stop dawdling.
Thank you.
Pues a veces me rapo la cabeza, o sea que puedo ponerme calvo original.
Take care, my lady, please. You deserve better than this. A long and happy life, promise me.
Yo en los emblemas pensé eso de... Pues una como tú dices, calvo, otra con gafas, otra... Cualquier tontería. Pero claro, si no tengo suscriptores, pues...
If you promise to do the same.
No, eso es para suscriptores, no para seguidores.
Come on, Clive. We're nearly at the comwreck.
All right.
Ves más gente. En el otro juego podías evitarlos. Aquí a pelear.
I've had enough of their hospitality.
Sí, no, me sale a mí que tengo 4. No, si yo lo agradezco, la verdad esperaba estar afiliado pero no tener ni suscriptores. Pero mira, un par de amigos tienen el Prime y lo han echado. Mi cuñado también. Hola. Pensaba que por allí no era. Pues eso es lo que acabo de decir, un par de amigos y mi cuñado tampoco. Ah, vale, es por aquí. En verdad es que tengo que mirarlo bien, pero creo que no puedes cambiarlos todos o... Creo que hay un límite ahí también. De que tienes que ser socio para cambiar los emblemas o... No estoy seguro. Porque después de afiliado, no sé si lo sabes, que está lo de socio con 700 espectadores de media. Para ser socios, 700 espectadores de media. Y no nos ven ni 6. Imagínate. Toquetearé, entonces si dices que es por tener afiliado. Yo es que ya te digo, de emoticonos, no sé qué, tampoco es que entienda muchísimo. Soy muy malo para la informática, a mí se me da bien y tampoco es que sea un dios jugar a videojuegos.
Clive, there's something I need you to know. I saw the Patriarch do things no one should have to see, and so I swore that he would die by my hand.
I understand. I faced my demons, and you must face yours.
Miraré, es que no sé cómo está el tema de hacer fotos así tampoco y tal. A no ser que sean originales, claro. Con efectos de TikTok o de alguna aplicación o lo que sea, ¿no? Sí, en verdad usas un esto de TikTok, ¿no? Que te deje calvo mismo. A ver, voy a ver si tengo aquí algo para habilidades. Tengo puntos. Seguramente sí. Recomendadas. Adentro. Desaprendida. Tres y tres. Me interesa. Voy a quitar esto. Y voy a poner esta. No, esta. La primera vez que cambio eso. Y ahora de esto... Opciones, defensa, esquiva... Nada. Mándala a Discord si quieres.
Shiva's dominant. Come to beg forgiveness for your failure.
For years I followed your orders. Fought your wars. All to protect the children you took. Just as you took me. And what did you do in return? them in chains and you slit their throats!
Fiend.
Their souls were sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption. A penance paid, just as the Holy Mother wills it! Repent!
Otro cristal que vamos a romper.
For a monster like you to set foot in the Holy Cymric is in itself a crime deserving of death.
You're right. I am a monster. And my soul is stained black. Though not by ether.
But by the evil of men like you, who made me close my heart and drown in darkness when I should have raged against it.
This is my penance.
I will be your monster no more. Nor will I suffer you to create another.
Does the beast bare its teeth at its master? Come then, dominant. Rage, be as you have ever been. A monster!
And what are you, Imran? I was forced to kill. You do it by choice. But never again. I bowed to you once. Now it is you who shall bow to me!
Kill them.
Now!
Right!
Míralo, ahí está. Dios. Muy bien. Estos como no estaban pegándose. Las peleas son espectaculares. Y lo va a hacer con su propia voluntad. No.
Why can't I do it? Please, just once.
Dios.
Hold that lava back forever. We better make this quick.
Esto es nuevo. Dios. Qué tochame. Vulnerable. Dale duro. Porque lo hago en la televisión. No lo hago en monitor, yo juego en la tele en el comedor. Y como nunca uso capturadora, pues no sé si puedo solo con la tele, si necesito algo más. No. Captura la Play, pero tienes que tener un ESO al ordenador y otro al monitor donde está reproduciendo el juego, ¿no? Si yo le quito el HDMI a la Play, no puedo ponérselo a la tele. Se lo tengo que poner a la capturadora y de la capturadora al ordenador. O eso estuve viendo. Y entonces del ordenador no puedo ponérselo a la tele. Aparte de que mi internet es muy malo y yo juego a 4K. Y tampoco se me iba a reproducir un directo en 4K ni... Por eso. Quiero hacer dineros, comprarme un buen ordenador, tal, ponérmelo en una habitación aparte... Si no, es como que compraría la capturadora y a lo mejor no me sirve de nada. Hola, galán. Uf, ahí me lo comí. Me va a matar. Ah. Muerto. A ver. ¿Qué quieres que fije, Iker? Voy a mirar un momentito una cosa. Por lo de los bots. A ver. Vale. ¿Esto se puede copiar? No. David 3. CT no sé qué. A ver, esto por aquí. FKNR. FKNR. También. Galán y Soul China. Vale. Galán GG. GG. Están en el ordenador. El que lo de los bots, mira todo lo que acabo de vetar. Todo eso es lo que está comentando Leti de los bots. Sí. Creo que puedo fijar un mensaje por. A ver.
I'm going to finish this climb.
Ah, vale, digo, Ira no me deja, pero sí.
Use this.
Sí que puedo fijar mensaje. Era. Otro cristalito menos.
Are you watching, Sid? We're one step closer to freedom.
¿Qué tal, Galán? ¿Cómo lo llevas? ¿Todo bien?
The crystal. What did you do to it?
Oh.
Ah, no te preocupes.
We destroyed it.
What? Monster! Do you have any idea what you have done?
I do, Father. I have killed the monster and become an outlaw.
Dios.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
It's over.
It is.
Sí, qué sangriento.
She did.
Again, the burden fell to you.
And I bore it willingly. This was a sin for which I had to atone. Now I can continue at your side with my head held high.
Al final será un peligro, ya verás.
Clive, look.
It's just like the one at Phoenix Gate. Damn it. We need to leave.
Agreed.
No se ha acabado Iker. Cuando se acabe saldrán créditos. O eso espero. Pues estuve viendo la película esta de Aquaman que mandé al Discord y está chula. Ahora que he visto el agua me acuerdo. Ah, vale, sí. Cada vez que acaban con un malo. Drama.
I kept my promise, now you keep yours.
Y por cierto, han mandado hidratación y aunque no lo hayas visto, me he hidratado, ¿eh? Good game, galán. Good game.
This way, Your Grace.
You're bleeding. I have a tonic which will...
I thank you for your kindness, truly. But I assure you, I will survive. Please, save your medicines for those who need them most.
Oh, well, if you're sure...
For a moment there, I felt my brother's presence.
You did?
I fear he is in Ultima's thoughts again. But why now, after 5 years of silence? I cannot keep him sealed away much longer.
Your Grace.
No, do not dirty your hands. Look at them all. Like a river flowing to the sea.
Or moths to a flame, perhaps. The crystalline dominion, their light in the darkness. More and more lose their homes to the blight and set out in search of sanctuary. While others lose their fortunes to the Dalmekian levies and leave to find new livelihoods. What is it that you seek in the Dominion, Your Grace?
Oh, Dion Lesage.
You mean the Crown Prince of Sanbrec?
He has many titles. Dion the Bold, Prince of Dragoons, Odin's nemesis.
Bahamut.
Bahamut. I met him once, when we were children. He was a chivalrous soul even then, and has served his empire indefatigably ever since.
And You are confident that he will listen to what you have to say?
Our world lurches ever closer to the abyss, and a hidden hand ushers us onward. Ultima's influence extends to every nation, Sanbreque included. If His Highness is the man I believe him to be, and I pray that he is, this truth will not have escaped his notice. As the mother crystals fall, the eternal flame wavers, and the azure sky begins to bruise. How lucky we were to be blessed by the crystals. And yet how spoiled. Like canaries in a gilded cage, growing fat on seed. But now, the bars are closing in, and we must take flight. Painful though it be to leave our home behind, it is what we must do to be free. Which is it that men cannot live without?
Musiquita melancólica.
A blessing that leads to damnation, or a freedom that leads to deprivation? I do not yet know the answer to that question. Do you, Clive?
Your Grace, let us find a place to rest a while. We can return by the Dalmekian trail once you have recovered your strength. I realize your duty is pressing, but if your health should fail...
I know. Thank you, Yote.
Army's attempt to breach the Empire's defenses and gain the Isles of Ark has failed yet again.
Only because your fleet has proved as impotent as a eunuch on laying night. Would you rather we simply fell back to the capital?
Enough, both of you. All here agree that the Empire cannot be allowed to maintain its illegitimate claim on the territory.
A las 12 te vas, Iker.
With each passing day.
El puraco que se está fumando.
There is a literal sea twixt you and your prize.
Me había levantado a coger de chuchería.
Sit back and watch as you harmlessly lap against their walls. They are dug in like ticks and seek to draw out this.
Pues mira, a las 12, 2 horas. A las 12 me voy yo también.
And what of our wise rulers? Goaded into war without any thought as to what chaos it might reap. Republican soldiers starve while waiting for orders from Randalar.
If you would but take the field, their bellies would be full by nightfall.
If I take the field, so too will Bahamut, and our duel will shake the island to its foundations. Instead of liberating the Dominion, you would doom it to destruction. Unless that is what you
Pues sí, yo también, que mañana tendré que madrugar
If our learned advisor
para quemar unas hierbas.
propose, we should be glad to consider it.
Is that the Emperor's?
What is the meaning of this, Lord Kupka?
What it means is that I am disinclined to advise you any longer. The looks on their faces when you walked through those doors. A perfect picture of stupefaction. They could not believe their eyes. Though I confess,
Eso de no te pierdas creo que se pone cambiando lo de cómo tú tienes. Ve a ver a Ismael, tal. Cambiando eso. No me acuerdo bien, eso lo vi en un vídeo en YouTube.
Sid isn't a son of a whore. He's the son of an empress. Your own dear Clive.
Absurd. Who fed you these lies? I have never spent a moment among criminals, save at the gallows. I came here with my son, not to entertain your baseless accusations, but to put an end to the senseless hostilities between our nations.
Very well. You need only agree to the terms I set out. Sid took the life of someone dear to me, a woman by the name of Benedicta. I swore to take his
A mí a veces me pasa, me va muy mal.
This would not be disagreeable to you, I take it.
Aunque sí, un bug
You would
o algo.
finally be rid of the stain on your noble name. In return, I will leave Sanbreque in your capable hands. Your Imperial Majesty.
Majesty.
And all for the
Justo he puesto yo mi móvil a cargar, tenía un 3.
Dominant or no, one cannot hide one's breeding. And beasts will ever belong with beasts. There are greater things in store for you, my darling Olivier. Soon enough, you shall be the crown prince of Sanbreque. And when your father goes to meet Great Griga, you shall be emperor of all you survey. The old order shall come tumbling down, and you will rebuild the world in your glorious image. Soon.
Sí, no, ahora está en modo Juego de Tronos explicando un poquito de lore.
She's been in there for hours. Something must be wrong.
Un instante de calma.
Is it true what I'm hearing, Sid? You cracked another
A ver, voy a hablar con esta tía, creo que es. A ver si tiene
Is it
espadas.
business or pleasure?
200.
It'd better all be here.
¿Quieres equipar? Sí. A ver. Que todo esto es una mierda, tío.
again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
La puedo mejorar un poquito de nuevo. A ver. Estoy por hacérmela. Voy a hacerlo.
No scratches, all right?
Y ahora puedo hacer esta. Pues lo voy a hacer.
Yeah, that should do you. Anything else?
Ok, Iker. Yo voy a la enfermería, como pone ahí. Hablo un poquito y tal y... poco más. Vale, buenas noches. Descansa. Chao, chao, chao.
Our man in Dallimore mentioned the cookies card haven't been seen there.
Y hay cositas tochas por aquí.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Ay, esto era lo que yo hacía.
All yours. All done?
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say? Well, if you're busy, you're busy, I suppose. I'll keep...
Misiones secundarias.
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today? One must understand
Y
one's
este
place in the
sigue con
world.
todo esto, madre mía.
Of course.
Ambrosia, ¿dónde estarás?
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
I've done what I can, but the rest is up to you. You need to start taking better care of yourself.
Understood. And thank you.
The curse has spread. Make sure she rests.
If it hurts, you can tell me, you know. I'll understand.
I can bear it.
But you shouldn't have to. Not anymore.
This isn't just your struggle, Clive. It's ours. And when we see how hard you fight, it inspires us to do the same. Or would you rather we left you to save the world all on your own?
No. That's not... Ignore me.
Clive, where are you?
In here.
What's wrong?
Those areas under attack.
What?
This isn't the Dalmekian army we're talking about. It's the men of the Rock from Drake's Fang. Hugo Kupka's private guard. There is in hell in Rosalith, trying to batter down the castle gates.
Looking for me.
Seems that way. Reckon old Hugo has finally worked out who Sid really is.
Then this is just another trap.
Ah, it's a trap, all right. The daddy of all fucking traps.
I'm going to Rosalith.
You're not serious. That's exactly what he wants you to do, Clive.
Look, I don't know why Kupka harbors such a grudge against Sid. But as long as it's left to fester, our world will never know peace. He has dragged the rest of Storm into this pointless war just to find me. Besides which, I'm not about to stand and watch while my home gets ground into the dirt. Hugo Kupka must die.
I've lost enough friends to that man already. I don't want to lose any more. So let's go and kill the bastard.
I'm coming too. After all, we're in this together.
All right. I should probably speak to Otto before leaving. We need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Pues nada, gente.
Back to Rosalith, then.
Lo voy a dejar por aquí. Y al próximo día más y mejor. Un saludo a todos y gracias por estar aquí. Chao, 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 chao.